Uh-huh. Oh, it worked. Lol indeed. Okay. Nightfall yap session. So, it's gonna yap about all the strats. Don't go left. Going left is slow as shit. You can do a nade jump, that's the fastest way to do this bit. If you don't want to do a nade jump, go this way. This is 1 second slower. That's just the way you go if you don't do a nade jump. Don't ask me what the sprint cycles are after this, but actually they line up just about right, to be honest. It's convenient. Yeah, they do actually line up perfectly. That's nice. If you want to do the nade jump, you should do it exactly like this. Run, nade, don't sprint after nading. Don't sprint after nading. Wait for your sprint to come back. Just like spam like jump and crouch there and fucking make it. Wait for your sprint to come back fully. Hold jump for that. Jump up this hill. Jumping up and down hills saves time everywhere. I think that's all I have to say about the start. For this slide jump, jump off this rock, rub your head a little bit to move your... to kill your momentum. Because if you jump too far, you miss it, so you do want to rub your head a bit. I should use input viewer, but just ignore the fact that I'm missing the slide jump right now. That is where you land for the slide jump. Here, man, the kick. There you go. There's a few you can go for here. This is the one I prefer. I believe this is the monk slide, or hawk slide or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, you just land on the thing. That one would have worked if I jumped, but I didn't have faith. The other slide is you can go for this rock here. That one I don't go for, so don't like use this. Practice, copy someone else who actually does that slide. Anyway. It's also important to... what is the slide jump? Yeah, you know what? I should explain that actually. Where's no board? Where is no board? There we go. You... slide jump is when you land on a slope crouched, and then uncrouch and jump in a specific timing to maximize like momentum like that. Crouching makes the player more slippery than like standing normally, so you get more like speed from a jump. That's a successful slide jump. The timing in Reach is harder than the timing in literally any other Halo game because we have a buffer jump system. And that is, if you press jump too early before landing, you will get a buffer jump. And what a buffer jump is you will not gain or lose any speed. Man, most of the time. Most of the time you won't gain or lose any speed. But if you jump, basically if you go for a slide jump, and you slow down, you let go of crouch too early. If you go for a slide jump, and you get a jump, but you don't gain any speed, you press to jump too early. Well, Kate probably meant they're easier. Sorry, I should do this linearly. Yeah, if you get a jump but don't get any extra speed, you've jumped too early. Now the crouch element adds like a little bit more speed than like not crouching. You can do a slide jump without crouching. You just fucking jump, but the speed you get from it is less. But the timing is easier. That's probably what Kate meant. Like, that's more speed. And then I'll try to do a buffer jump here. Yeah, that's a buffer jump. Absolutely no more speed, but you still get a jump, and you don't lose any speed. Any questions about this slide jump from the audience? I'll go over this one a few more times, maybe. Sometimes you'll get like a really good one, and you'll have to like... oh yeah, you can either rub your head up against the thing to like stop your momentum, or you can cancel your sprint midair. I like to do this because if you go too fast here, you don't have sprint for the nade jump. Alright, this nade jump. There's a few ways you can do it. This is the beginner friendly way to do it. You just do that. It's just easy as piss. It's very, very extremely easy. It's important to throw the nade against this face here so that it like gets its momentum killed and it lands in a nice spot. If you throw it like at the ground, it's gonna go whoa, and then it's impossible. And the faster way to do this nade jump is do it from here. I see people do it, so I'll do it the way I do it. Like that. Common mistake I see people do here is they'll throw the nade and then sprint like way too early. And what that does is the player gets airborne, and the player cannot jump when airborne. Like that. My jump was delayed because I was airborne. Before I realized this, I had like a clip where I hit my hand really hard and it really hurt, because my guy was just jumping late and I didn't know why, so do not do that. Wait until you get up here and then sprint, so that your player remains grounded the entire time, and you have full control over when your jump happens. You also want to throw the nade behind you, so you throw it at an angle where it goes behind you and boosts you, instead of in front of you. There's another way I see people do this, which is like, just fucking send it like that. I don't do it that way, so I can't tell you how to do it that way. But I see people do it. That is slower. This way is the fastest way to do it. Nade behind you, boost. In the next section, I'm gonna get a good checkpoint for this actually. Okay. You sometimes want to delay this sprint here. This is a good nade jump, so I won't have to. But you do want to be able to jump in this room without bonking. Let's delay it a little bit. Jump there. That jump does save more time than you think. Like, the alternative is that. Obviously, jumping at the end of your sprint is the fastest way. And this is like a very tight jump at the end of your sprint. There's another way you can go, just slower, so I'm not even actually going to show it. I don't even know why I mentioned it. Ignore me. But if that jump at the end of the sprint in the health pack room is too tight, you can do one like that. Or some shit. I don't know, actually. You know what? That's slower. Don't do that. Either jump here or don't. That's it. You want to jump over this. This saves like 2 frames if you do that, if you jump over this. You'll also sometimes get a forklift randomly blocking your way, and there's nothing you can do about that. This is just run, shoot the shield twice, so it goes away. There's a few ways to do this. You can run around like that. The few ways to do that different section are based on like the chance you get shot doing it. So that way, you do want to like land on this rock here. You also, something else that's important here. In Halo Reach, when you press the sprint button, your player does not instantly go to max speed. It takes like a little while, like half a second or something, to build up to max speed. And if you jump before your player has reached max speed, you are just airborne, not able to accelerate, and still using up your sprint. And if you do that, I will find you and I will commit arson on your house in Minecraft. So you want to sprint, but don't jump immediately. Wait a bit, and then go on the rock. So, getting shot, this way is the lowest risk method of getting shot. Like, has the most ground time, but it's not as fast as this. That's the fastest way, but the highest risk of getting shot. So for IOLs, when I say highest risk, it's quite low actually. In fact, I'm gonna do this until I get shot. For IOLs, I recommend doing that. And obviously getting shot while sprinting in the air means you go slow. Actually, it happened there. Getting shot while sprinting in general means you go slower. And it'll happen sometimes, and it's just out of your control. Just something that happens. That was a good example. I fucked up there. I didn't let my player accelerate to full sprint speed before jumping, and it was slow. Don't do that. I don't think they're gonna shoot me. Anyway, future section. There's like a DLC slide jump you can do there if you want to save like fucking 2 frames or some shit. But I mean, that's the point of playing this level, right? Whoa! I'm not going to talk about the Guta boost. Actually, I can. I can talk about the Guta boost, but I do the non-optimal version because I haven't learnt it, and I think this Guta kind of sucks dick, actually. Yeah, this Guta sucks. Oh no, that's good. Let him roar at you. While he's roaring, he'll be stationary. If you get too close to him while he's roaring, he'll like swing at you, and then you fuck it up. So you want to let him stay close, and then line up the angle, and then get him. Guta boost like that saves about a second or two. You can get some pretty big ones, but this is, again, not the optimal version of Guta boost, and you should learn Blazer boost if you're playing this IL. If you want to... Blazer boost is like a different Guta boost that saves like 3 or 4 seconds maybe. And I don't know it, so I couldn't tell you about it, but I think this is more of like a yap for movement slide jumps in general. So, you know, I don't care. Also, another thing that I should have mentioned at the very start is don't be a free thinker. Just like copy all the sprint cycles and jumps and shit, like fucking exactly, I guess. Anyway, Guta boost. Obviously I'm gonna cancel sprint because you move pretty fast. You're double boost. Cancel sprint after picking up nades there. Jump over this while holding crouch to get like a little bit. You see it a little guy, he's like sliding forward, he's like whoa, and he slides forward like a frame. This slide jump is kinda hard, but it's worth it putting the practice in. You jump very late, aim right. That fucked up. You have to jump very late, later than you think. So I figured I had to do this, to be honest, but you just sort of... That's good. That's a good slide jump. Jump really late. Hit this like slight slip rock. Slip rock. This guy. You want to hit this guy. You also... This slide jump gives a lot of speed that I would recommend not crouching, personally. Because adding a crouch to this makes it a lot harder, but it can be so goddamn fast. So... You know, that's still a slide jump. Like, that still saves time. That's pretty good. That's what you want. My game just crashed. No. No. Come on, hurry up and crash so I can, like, keep going with this. Not actually MCC's fault. I am eternally fucking with my RAM, and it's probably my RAM being fucked with that's causing that. Yeah, this slide, the post-Guta slide, we call it. It is very hard, but it is the most time save of the slides. Your music clip. Yeah, so jump really late, go right, aim for the slip drop. Whoa, that's a really good one. That's a really good one, baby. And that's without crouching. Like, if you wanted, you could add a crouch to that and go, like, fucking... Whoa. It's really hard, though. There's another one you can aim for, and this one's like a crouch only. This little pebble, you can land on the far side of this pebble and get, like, Gunga speed. It's really hard. It's what I hit in the 3-flat former AL record, I think. Something like that. Like, that's really fast. Oh, baby! You can go fucking quick, man. But even like that. I don't even know what I got a slide jump off, but it worked. Yeah. I think unless you want to full send it, you aim for this area. That's a miss. That's a slide jump miss. Probably spacebar too early. I'll get one like good full send one and then move on. It's not gonna work. I swear like adding a crouch into this slide jump makes it like 20 times harder than any slide jump in the game. That's good. You want to jump up this hill as well. Jumping up hills saves time, remember. It's you know, it's kind of like a... When you get a really good slide jump there, you gotta strike a balance between sprinting and like continuing jumping to conserve momentum. Because sometimes jumping will be faster than sprinting if you get a super big slide, but in this situation, like, it's probably better to stop jumping and just start sprinting. If you get a bad slide, you should hold your sprint until you get to like here and then sprint. That's what you should do. Sprint cycles are very, very important. The most important part of this level, in fact, which is lame as hell, but it is what it is. So if you get a good slide jump or a bad slide jump or whatever, you should start sprinting like here. Like, jump off this rock, and then start sprinting. We'll go with this checkpoint, actually. Add a little jump in there as well, because that saves time. This slide jump is just... you just jump on this thing, and whoa, it's blind, so it can be a little tricky. This slide jump is actually kind of tricky, to be honest. But it's just like another regular slide jump, you know, just do a slide jump. That's a successful slide jump. You can get bigger ones there. That's also a successful one, but you can get bigger. You can jump from higher if you want, if that's preferable for you. Or you can not. You can also just like not go for one if you want and just fucking go straight. This slide jump really does not save much at all, and I would say it's not worth going for unless you are good at it. Like, one like that saves such little time over not going for it at all. I'd like to get a better one here, to be honest. That's a decent one. But this nade jump, again, sprint cycle syncing. Do not sprint before throwing the nade. If you sprint before throwing the nade, I will find you, and I'll commit arson. I will, I'll do it, I'll do it. Wait for sprint to come back. As soon as you see it come back, nade, jump. This slide jump, I use that like little bit of grass on the left. Like this guy, I use this bit of grass. Yeah, you jump on the bit of grass, and then you... Ooh, this slide jump is maybe the hardest of all time, to be honest. It's like so impossible. There we go, that's a really good example quickly, actually. I'm getting GPU artifacts, that's what's happening. Give me a sec. Oh, let's try that. Oh, it's still happening. Oh no, oh no. Oh, it's still happening. How is it still happening though? Give me a sec. Summertime in Australia moment, where it's too goddamn hot and your hardware starts fucking up. And totally no other reason. You know what? I'm just gonna live with it. But yes, this slide jump very hard, and unfortunately it does save quite a bit of time. I also don't jump like exactly at the grass, but the grass is my visual lineup, if that makes sense. Like I use that to judge the distance for it. Also depending on how much sprint you have left, obviously when you're in the air while sprinting, you maintain a higher speed than in the air not sprinting. So you need to factor that in with when you jump for that slide jump, if you're gonna hit it or not. You can add a little nade boost in here if you want. You're not really gonna use it anywhere else. Again, just following the sprint cycle. This, don't crouch unless you're full sending. Just do a non-crouched slide jump there. That's what I would recommend. So if you do want to crouch, and you fuck it up, you're gonna be like, you know, non-sprint speed jump. And to be honest, like, I have not crouched here for a while, because it's so barely worth it if you hit it, and you can just fucking do that. For APL, I'll do the quick APL explanation, because I don't think people are really gonna watch this for APL, but you want to have your vision covering the right side there, so that June doesn't teleport on the right side. If you like look down, he'll teleport, or if you look too much to the side, he'll teleport, or like fucking breathe wrong, he'll teleport. But yeah, once he teleports, that spot's good. Everyone should copy this movement on this rock, by the way. Jump up there, jump here, buffer a jump, and then go for a slide there. And then after you jump off the, like, bottom rock, the bottom, like, slide bit, just cancel sprint. That's the correct sprint cycle. Delay a checkpoint. I need to get about that as well. These rocks are really slippery. These rocks fucking suck. The optimal route, it's like so annoying to get. Like that's the optimal route, but it's so fucking annoying. It fucking doesn't work. So the one I do is I jump and land on that, and then with this I run around and pick up the armor lock, and then you fucking do APL, yada 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 yada. I'm not gonna talk too much about APL because like that was a really good one actually, but this is not an APL guide. So jump. You want to jump late here to land on the you want to land on the ground, like the weird fucky geometry of the ground. And again, keeping in mind that your guy takes a little while to build up to sprint speed. It's a slide jump that you can hit. This slide jump saves very little, but it's really fun. If you don't want to go for that slide jump, you can like just jump and just hold jump for another buffer jump. That slide jump saves fuck all, but it's fun. Keep jumping. Again, jumping up and down hills saves time. Oh, I fucked up. So sometimes, to keep the optimal sprint cycle, you need to cancel sprint early, and this is one of those times. It's worth cancelling sprint there, so that you can make this jump, because this line on the inside of that box is so fast compared to the alternative. So Simon says, jump, jump, and like, I don't know, around there. Yeah, probably like around there-ish, you want to like, cancel your sprint. And then I should be back in time, right? Yeah, that's good, that's good. Yeah, do it like that. Forklift clip. Just fucking, just sort of drive the thing, and just fucking, you just like, there's a few ways to like line it up. You can line it up on the ground. Ooh, give me back. You can line it up, no, I don't wanna. See on the ground how like the thing from the POV of this, it's like just barely in front of the metal bar. That's, you know, that's good enough, it'll probably work. You can also like go back through, which is funny. All that matters is like where your player gets out. Like if your player gets out, if the center of his model is between this gap, you will go through. Like you can park really far away, in fact. You can park like fucking... You can get some like very comedic clips actually. This will probably clip if I get it positioned right, to be honest. Maybe not. Yeah, you don't need to be right up against the gate. Anyway. After clipping, sprint! There's a nade on the left here you can grab. You only want one. You can get two if you want. Run up this hill, do a jump, and then another jump, because again, jumping up hills saves time, and that is something you want to keep doing. There's a nade you can do there, but it's like one of those weird things. Like, I think in theory it should save time, but it never fucking does, so... Also, turns out I'm lying. Don't jump up this hill. It'll make your player have less control over the next one. Also, probably don't go for that slide jump, to be honest. Probably make this a buffer jump. Slide jump there saves so little, and a buffer jump is a better line, so... Yeah, just do a buffer jump there. That's what I would recommend all players. Jump up this hill, or I will commit arson. This is the only real time save bit. This is how professional speedrunners place, yes. This is the only real time save bit in the ending. After that, wait for your sprint to come back, throw a nade, and then get like a like a nade jump. This nade jump is a bit tricky because you want to jump after the nade goes off. If you jump before the nade goes off, you will have like the sprinting in the air damage thing, but that is a failed attempt. You want to throw the nade far. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's what you want. That's bad. The nade in front of you is obviously bad. That's good. You'll see the Spartan do like a little, like, he'll do like a little jump when he gets hit with the nade optimally. And you want to wait until you see him do that, like, lurch animation or whatever, and then you hold spacebar, and then you get like an extra jump with the extra speed. It's actually a little tricky coming in from this angle, to be honest. There you go. That's a lot better. If you just run down this hill without doing that, you best be jumping. It's a little slower than the nade, but not by much. The nade doesn't save that much. But more than regular nade boosts. Jump on this rock, jump like here. Keep jumping up these hills. Here, there's some invisible geometry like here, and you will get stuck in it if you fuck up. So watch out for that. But other than that, you just fucking, you know, just jump, just fucking run, and just like go up here and just fucking woo. That's probably all I got. That's probably all I got to say. Any questions from the audience? Oh, you know, you did ask that, and I did just completely fucking ghost you. So, my bad, dog. Sometimes you can't armor lock on June. What exactly do you mean? Oh yeah, this is the APL section of the video. No, I'll keep yapping. A few things can happen. You can, like, have that happen. If you have that happen, you just suck at the game and jumped too early. Because you're punching June up the slope, if you jump too early, you just don't get enough height to get on his head. Simple as that. If you get on his head and he doesn't let you armor lock, probably took too long. Like, once he starts moving, again, he will not let you armor lock on him. He has to be, like, going between animations. Like, the armor lock timing there, so that's really close. It lets you armor lock when he's changing animations, so that's what the melee is for, actually. You melee him, and he goes into getting hurt, and then he goes into standing normally. And the point from getting hurt to standing normally is when the game lets you armor lock on him. So you just punch, jump, crouch, and then just hold shift, and just keep walking on his head. And then if the game lets you armor lock, he lets you armor lock, you know. I really do just hold crouch and wait for the game to let me armor lock. It is a pretty cool trick. Spartan Maxwell does this a little bit differently than everyone else. He like waits a bit and then goes, well, in a straight line, so not like that. Breaking muscle memory is really hard. You may also notice that sometimes your player gets half the jump height, like that, and that's because you're doing a frame-perfect anti-spring jump. And so a spring jump is a way to get more height by like uncrouching and jumping in a certain rhythm, and an anti-spring jump is a way to get less height by crouching and then jumping in a frame-perfect manner. So if you jump and sometimes just get fuck all height, just wait a bit longer before crouching. APL is easier on co-op, but it still requires quite a few conditions for it to be used. For one, the player getting APL'd on has to live, which is not very common at all. But yeah, don't be a free thinker. Follow the sprint cycles. Follow the nade jumps. And the fastest time you can get with no slide jumps, no Guta boosts, no APLs is at 306. For science. You might even be able to go 305 to be honest, but I doubt it. That's probably the end of the app session. I'll stop recording. Does anyone want me to